Hey, what's up, Logo Psychology students? Welcome back. It is Friday, May the 8th, day 32 of our COVID-19 e-learning experience. Happy Friday. We've made it to the end of another week. We've now made it through 4 weeks of term 5. That's like halfway through. That's pretty impressive. We have midterm grades coming up on Wednesday of next week. So if you've been keeping up with all the work, which I know a lot of you have, those midterm grades should be in good shape. Just remember, it's only midterms, so those grades can go up or down. And also, if you haven't been keeping up, you still have today and the next few days, the weekend, to get caught up, to bring that midterm grade up as high as possible by the time next week rolls around for midterm. But you guys have been doing a good job keeping up on the work, logging in to Blackbaud every day. I was happy to see a couple of you in that Zoom meeting. We missed a couple, but that's okay. Hopefully we'll get a better turnout next Thursday. Remember, those Zoom meetings take place every Thursday, as we can see if we open up our Blackbaud bulletin board. It's the first message right there, Thursdays, 9 a.m. So we've had people attending from week to week. Some people have attended every week. Some people have attended some weeks. Goal, how about for next Thursday, is to have everybody who's attended so far all in one Zoom meeting together, maybe even get some new faces in on that. That would be great. But just remember, if you can't get to a Zoom meeting, let me know, and we'll excuse you. But let's talk about the work for today. Let's go ahead and go to our topics tab. I'm sorry if I sound a little distracted. I am in a Zoom meeting right now. If we take a look at our lovely staff, I'm in this Zoom meeting on my phone right now. It's in my ear. I'm listening in just in case anything happens. We got all of our lovely staff members. Say hello to our lovely staff members. They can't see you or hear you. Looks like we froze up a little bit there, but it'll come back. Lost our connection. These Zoom meetings, I tell you what, there's something else. But I can do that, wait for that to come back while I show you our topic and our assignment of the day. Our topics, if we go under the topics tab, remember we're under this topic, sociocultural influences in self. This has been an interesting topic to be looking at, and this reading for today is especially interesting, I think. It's very pertinent for what's going on in our society today, I think. So let's take a look at this. Download the reading, and let's see what it is. How we view others. Ooh, stereotypes, prejudice, discrimination. Think that that's something that's a big deal in our modern society? I think so. But it's always been a thing, right? As long as people have been around, there's been prejudice and discrimination, and it's because there's psychological reasons for this. It's part of our human nature, and that's what this chapter gets into. It's looking at these things not from a sociological perspective, not looking from a historical perspective, but looking at it from a psychological perspective. Why do people engage in prejudice and discrimination? That's what psychologists try to do. They try to get to the bottom of human behaviors. What is the cause of this, right? The scientific cause of prejudice and bias and scapegoats, things like Nazism, and how we change those attitudes, how we overcome stereotypical thinking, prejudicial thinking, bias thinking. That's the good news, right? That there is scientific evidence that this can be overcome. And so we scroll all the way down to the end of this reading. It's about 7 pages, and we get to our pause for thought questions, which are to be found in, we go back to assignments, and that is this assignment right here, chapter 20, page 601 to 608. And so there's those 4 questions. You can answer them either through the Google Forms submission or through the online submission, either or. You don't have to do both. But remember, those Google Form submissions can always be found, especially for the older assignments, under topics right here too, right? But that's today's assignment, chapter 20, page 601 to 608. There's your 4 questions. right there. All right. If we go back to assignments, we also have a question of the day, right? And I really want you to do me a favor and do yourself a favor and take some time to think about this question of the day before you answer, because this is important. This isn't just academic. This is for real life. I teach American history, and in American history, at the same time we're learning about this in psychology, we've been learning about the civil rights movement era in American history, and how African Americans have a long history of discrimination in our country. Other minorities have a long history of discrimination, and it's still going on to this day. And I think we all have a responsibility. If we don't like racism, if we don't like prejudice, then we can't just sit around and complain about it. We have to do something to try and fight back against it. And so that's what the question of the day is getting into. Question of the day, let's take a look at it. What do you think you could or should do to fight back against prejudice and discrimination in our modern American society? There's no right or wrong answer here, as always with the question of the day. But what? What could you do? What could any of us do? It could be a big thing. It could be a small thing. It could be going out to protest. It could be writing to your congressman. It could be just calling out family members or friends when you hear them say something that you know ain't right, right? There's no right or wrong answer here. Just make sure you answer this question. Think about it. And hopefully I get some good suggestions from you, because I hate discrimination. I hate prejudice. I hate bullies. And I like to fight back against that however I can. But I'm always looking for, suggestions. And so offer your best suggestion. Don't forget about the reading and the questions. And as always, if you have any concerns or questions for me, please contact me through Blackbaud, email, text, however you like. And have a good weekend. And I will see you all on Monday. Peace.